What's going on, guys? We are back with another replay analysis, this time of Spectre. As we can see right here, rocking those nice blue wheels. He is a platinum in standard 3v3, playing by himself, obviously, versus a team here. As you can see, he used to be diamond. He's trying to climb his way back to diamond. He's trying to figure out how to best get there, basically. But he got his replay analyzed, and it's been a while since we've done one of these, but patreon.com/Gibbs000. That's where you can get your replay analyzed. That's where we have some coaching tiers, some free play tiers. We have a lot of fun there. And also, there's a tournament every single month for $75 on the line, and all you have to do is be a $5 Patreon member, and it's a good old time, trust me. The rando potato tournaments are a lot of fun, but let's get into this replay. We'll start all the way back at the beginning and see what's going on with Spectre here. Off the kickoff, first thing, obviously, both players going for the kickoff. It's not the greatest. You want to try and call that out in the quick chat. I'm personally lazy and never call it out. I really should. But one thing to do here, like on the kickoff, is just watch what your other guy is going to do. Like, even if you don't like quick chat, which you should. But if you don't, I'll just see if he boosts at the start. As soon as you see him boost, which you'll see right there, like you see him boosting, it's fine if you used a little bit of boost. But now, just slow it down and get ready for that 50-50 or like the neutral 50-50 on the kickoff. Maybe even a hook left and grab that boost right there to his left. Just the 12 boost, not necessarily the full 100. But he could also do that, just boost immediately to the 100 on the side. But I generally like to stay somewhere in the middle just in case something goes wrong. But both going for it's not the greatest. Now he's heading back here. Just going for the normal rotation there, but a good clear by his teammate right here. Like, that's got to be a goal. Now, here's the problem here. He actually, I think he has this without the side flip. Like, if he just double jumps there, that's in. He doesn't even have to worry about that. That might go high, like, say he doesn't go for the flip here. But he goes for the flip, and he just kind of times it poorly. I'm going to slow it down, actually, a little bit, because it's a little bit hard to tell. We'll go 5% here. But honestly, look, he's driving, like, perfectly on it. He's already in the air. Like, that's a goal. As long as he double jumps, like, he kept tilting a little bit away from it, turning his car away, but that's a pretty easy goal. He even side flips. Like, honestly, I don't even think the side flip really did much to make him miss even more. It looked like he just kind of missed on his own. But hey, it happens. You miss shots, and it's the first shot of the game. Like, first touch of the game is difficult, besides kickoff, obviously. But it doesn't happen there. Now he's trying to wait it out. Now, this play right here. So this play, I feel like, is pretty poor position. And one, his teammate's also there. I'm not going to say his name because, god damn it. Really? Really, guys? But anyway, his teammate to the left is right there. He doesn't have to worry too much about being back for the mega clear because the ball's above the head of the two orange players. But one thing to note, as we get closer, right here, the ball, I'm going to use my mouse here. See the ball right here? The ball is to the right of these players. Where are these players probably going to hit that? They're probably going to hit it to the right because that's the only spot they have. They're most likely not going to drive underneath it and then hook it back. And even if they do, his teammate is there. So he should be immediately going over to the side here, but he's not. He should be trying to read where they're going to try and clear it. And if it's a weak clear, then it's a free shot. So he should have hooked around and been like right around here just to see where this ball is going to go. Instead, he kind of hung on the left, like trying to be near the ball. But you want to try and guess where the opponents are going to clear it to and then read it from there. So as we go forward, that's exactly what they do. Like if he would have like kind of hooked out and tried to read where they're going to clear it, he might have a free shot here. Now, of course, I just saw that they were going to do that, but that's generally an easy play to read, and that's what you want to try and do when you're that third man or the cleanup position. Try and read where the clear is going to go from the goalies, and then you can get a really nice shot off. Instead, he has to throw it into the corner, which is not a bad play. It sets him up to try and keep possession, but he gets dunked on there. Now his teammates are going back. Doesn't look too good here. Everyone kind of misses. That's a super lucky goal that Orange actually scores this. And honestly, I don't mind Spectre waiting to see what his teammates are going to do, because honestly, you know, that's kind of what he had to do. Sorry, I went out of play review. And then that was just a super lucky goal by Bonehead. I actually just want to see this from Bonehead's perspective, because I honestly have no idea why he flew that way. But let's see. He's going up for the foot. You know, I honestly don't know. See, maybe he's trying to think like, hey, he's going to clear it this way, but his teammate on blue, again, I will not say his name, is not hitting it that way to begin with, and honestly, sure, why not? Sometimes you just got to fly. You just got to fly. We'll go back to Spectre. We'll get out of auto cam. I haven't done these in a while, guys. I'm sorry, but we'll continue. Alright, goes back for the boost, that's fine. His teammate also was just kind of being neutral in that. That's why I like to have at least one person cheat up. Nice little touch by his teammate there. And City should be get a goal. There we go. Now this play right here, this is a very platinum play on the defensive side, and I want to show you why. So as they go back, see how City like hits that once. You see how he just drives forward there? Like, there's no point to drive forward. Sit on the goal line. Like, if you're not going to challenge the ball, do not gradually just drive away from your net. I see players do this all the time. Like, even if you have the ball on your end of the field and you're waiting for that perfect, like, power hit, the goalies on the other team will just casually drive forward. I don't know why people do this, but he does it there, and honestly, yeah, that's not going to work out in any game. But, there we go. Good goal by City, and now we got a tie game. I also like the purple hard hat on Spectre. Just going to point that out. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Tries to go for the challenge here. He jumps a little bit early, so when you're on the wall like this, you have a little bit more time to wait to see exactly where this ball is going to go and jump a little bit later. He jumps pretty early to go for the challenge. He had a lot more time to drive around that wall and figure out where he wants to go. Also, when you're driving the wall, say the ball pops out far, you can always use that side flip to kind of jump out really far to a side and still get a hit on the ball, and relatively quickly. So you can kind of be grounded, I guess you would call it, on the wall a little bit longer. So he misses that play, but he actually caught himself on the wall, which is kind of fancy. It's always fun to do. Trying to be a little bit supportive with his teammates here, but nothing really happening there. You can't really do too much. At least he grabs the boost. So he gets away from the enemy. He's doing like here, he's chasing this ball a little bit too hard, I would say. Like right now, there's no one back. He's waiting for his teammate to come around. Smalls over there. We'll call him Smalls. He's waiting for his teammate to come back, and he kind of just chases this out. All three players from Orange are definitely like gonna get a touch on this. So right here, at least, like this isn't the worst spot if you want to move up. But I would have probably put the brakes here just to see where the ball's gonna go. He kind of leaves instead. He goes left, but it's all right. Now he's being that's number 2 man here. A little bit of a poor shot here. So look at this. He has a lot of time, and this is one thing I always emphasize. When you have time, use it effectively. Right here, look at this. No one's going towards this ball. We got one guy in net. We got one guy going back, and we got one guy who just hit it on the wall. He's got all the time in the world to do what he wants. He can wait for that powerful bounce clear or turn it into like an aerial dribble style thing. Even if you're not that good at him, it can still work. Like, it's not hard to follow up your own pop. And then even if you don't get that great of a touch on it, it can still be a good backboard pass. But instead, he flies up for this ball instead of waiting for that ball to bounce and gets an incredibly weak hit. And it turns into a really big clear for the Orange team. So sometimes, like, you just want to wait for that bounce. Just wait that extra second and get a better pop on it. Here we go again. Here, like, I understand why he's trying to jump for this. Like, this play you kind of have to jump for. But it's a very difficult aerial because it's the ball's getting away from him. So I like the idea of him not wasting a lot of boost to just, like, tap it back. Like, he might tap this back to his teammate. His teammate probably isn't ready for that anyway. So I do like the idea of just bailing on this play and getting out. His teammate, though, does not go for it. Bonehead also taking his time. Now his teammate's coming up. And let's see what he can do here on this pass. Opportunity from Smalls. It does not happen. This hit, I'm not a huge fan of. Because right now, there's, like, no one really doing anything. And his teammate is not here either. Like, as you can tell right here, maybe he thinks his other teammate will be there, but I always assumed that his teammate would be rotating out there. We'll go into fly view. Yeah, his teammate is rotating out, so not an ideal spot here to, like, smack it off the wall. One thing I would have liked to see him do is possibly, if you're going to fly for this, hit it very lightly, but hit it in the same direction that you're flying, kind of. So then you can follow it up and get like a double tap or maybe keep possession of the ball. And it'll also throw off the defense a bit. By just smacking this against the wall and not being there for a clear, it just turns into a really good opportunity for them to clear the ball out. And just gain easy ball possession that you don't really want to give. This play, I actually don't mind here. His teammate is being very defensive, so I don't mind him over-rotating and trying to see what type of hit this guy's going to get. It's fine to flip forward here in case he gets a bad hit to support on the play. And he has a third man back, so it should be fine. Oh, his other teammate, though, flying to save that. Luckily, he rotated back to get it out. Ooh, he's getting boosted out of here. Or bumped out of there. Ooh, bad hit there for the clear. Alright, so this play I also do not really like that much. I guess the ball does come off the wall a little bit more than I thought. But on these plays, usually it's like better off. Like as soon as you see it bounce off the wall like that, just start boosting and go up the wall. And then you probably have a little bit more control. But this actually works out. It's not the end of the world. He does get the hit forward. Nice pass from his teammate. And nice idea there. Just keep that ball in front of you and block it away. Neither of his teammates moved up, but that's fine. His teammates should make the save, but they do not. Once again, now here we go. See what he does. Great power hit there and great second touch. This should be a goal. Beautiful play there. And this is what I'm talking about on these hits. Like this hit, like you see how it bounces? It just makes it so much easier to keep that ball in the air instead of like when the ball is coming down on top of you when he had his weak touch earlier. So great job there to just push this forward. And honestly, right after this first hit, like right there is when the goalie has to come out. Like if he wants to come out, he's got to come out quick. But Bonehead takes a little bit too long of time. And at that point, then you just stay in net. Like if you're going to come out that late on a challenge. But works out. Good job by Spectre, making the play happen. Moving forward here. No boost available. I would have liked to see him flip and just get back into that rotational position a little bit quicker since that boost is not there. That's a bug on the replay, but he's driving casually slow. I would like him to pick up some speed here, do some flips. That boost was not going to come back because it was just a kickoff, and just be available on a play, being a little bit higher speed here. Now this is a strange play. I don't like this play at all, where he grabs a couple of these boost canisters like on the floor or boost pads, and then he immediately goes for this mid boost after they just hit the ball. And he takes off ball cam. Like, that's a play that potentially Orange could start doing a counterattack on. And it leaves, like, no one back on net. Now, it doesn't happen there. But I don't really like going that far like, out of position. I would rather him, like, say he really wants boost, to go into that back left corner. Like, if he goes into that back left corner, it's a little bit of a better play for him to grab it and then be available for a defensive play. That boost might not have been there yet either. But it would have been coming back right around the same time. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. But he goes for this boost. Just not a huge fan of that one. See what he does here. Another bounce hit there. Nice power hit. And right there, like at this point, like as soon as you do this type of hit, you're not going to be in a position to make a play. He's trying to hang like underneath this ball in case he does have a play. But he knows how hard he hit this. When you hit the ball, you generally know the speed of it. And so on these plays, as soon as this happens, he should immediately boost and go right for that goal. He should immediately go for him and try and take him out. And do whatever you can to take him out. Boost, jump, flip into him. I don't care if you flip into the net. This is threes. You don't necessarily have to go back. And like this is a pretty good pass. And honestly, I would do whatever I can to take out this goalie and then give a free shot for your teammates. Instead, though, you see how he's trying to sit underneath that ball to make a play, and it gets him killed. And then nothing happens anyway on the play. I'm actually going to go back and see what the goalie did here. So the goalie does come out and makes this challenge. But again, like if he would have took him out, his teammates were not there. So mind you, it probably wouldn't have done much. But Smalls over there probably would have still had a shot. Say he went for the goalie here. Instead, it turns into a clear. Not a great clear, but it turns into a clear. So we'll continue. Alright, let's see another. Alright, so nice little bounce hit there. Going for the double tap. Ran out of boost. But I like the idea. Again, use that bounce to put it in a good spot. Now, the only thing I would have done is not throw it directly on net. I would have probably, at least if you're going to throw it like this, throw it towards the inside post. Because if you do miss the net, or if it goes high, then the ball is perfectly centered. Once you hit it towards the outside post, you're always going to have a really tough angle to score here, and that's exactly what happened. And even on a pass, it wouldn't really work out for his teammates. It'd be a very difficult spot. So he goes more towards the outside post, and it turns into a hard angle. You see how Smalls has to try and curve around the ball. And at Platinum, they're probably not going to be able to do that, and it doesn't work out. Going on the wall for this clear. I'm not sure if I like this because his teammate's already on the wall and about to hit it. I would have liked him to be a little bit more grounded here because now he's in this tough spot of trying to save it off the wall. But he does come down relatively quickly. Trying to follow up his teammate. And I get what he's trying to do. Like, City, that's honestly not a great play. It's like a pretty poor touch here. Goes right to the defender. And Small also got bumped out, but they still make the save. So, it all works out. Just stay behind that ball. Beautiful job there. That's exactly what you want to do. So when you have, like, no boost, all you want to do is just stay behind the ball. Don't allow this to be a shot. And that's exactly what he does. He sits behind it, then jumps up to get some elevation. He also elevated the ball just a little bit, too. Turns into a great 50-50 for him. And looks like that's going right into the net. No, it's a save. But still a very good play. When you have zero boost, just hide behind that ball. Just don't give him the easy win, basically. So well done there. Now he's just waiting it out. Smalls has got the shot. Doesn't work out. We're just going to keep curving around. I like this idea of trying to, like, do a front flip out because his teammate kind of hesitated and was like, maybe I'm going to go for the challenge. So I like the idea of just bailing on this. Nice touchback. Just keep the pressure up. That's fine. And let's see what his teammates can do here. Nice shot. What a boomer. So they apply some pressure, and when the ball spills out, sometimes it'll work out, and there we go. Another goal. And they're up 3-1. Smalls with the clear. This is a little presumptuous to fly for this. One, it hits the ceiling, but honestly, when you're that far away, you can always drive on the ground for a little bit longer. It's not going to be so high because it's going to bounce off something at some point that you don't necessarily have to fly from midfield. So sometimes it's better to be grounded just a little bit longer so you don't have to deal with that. City with the play, not the greatest. And honestly, like this play right here, I get why you would want to come support this, but this is definitely going to be a hit from Pitt. And at some point, you just have to count like, hey, he's going to get this hit. I just need to rotate behind my goalie so then I allow my goalie to come out and we have a safety net of myself in net. So I'm not a big fan of him trying to attack that right there, but it happens. Now, this play, I would have liked him actually to go up on the wall. Right when this shot's about to come in, like, this could be a really powerful shot. So this is the one, like, situation where I would have boosted and went along the wall. And now, honestly, it's a very difficult save to make, but at least you're already elevated in case it's a high power shot. And you can try and make that save. You would probably have to do a little bit of guesswork there, but I would have preferred him to do that just in case. Now, this play, he kind of just gets in front of this ball just a little bit too much. Like, so right there, that extra little boost in the air, like, he didn't really need that. He could have just went for the patented doink play. So right here, see how he used all that extra boost? He really didn't have to. He was pretty much online with this ball. Say he wants to win this early, then at least just fly to it and deflect it to the corner. But he could have went for a pretty good doink play there. Instead, he just got a little bit too excited and went ahead of the ball. All right, just being a little passive here. This is good. 30 seconds left. You have 2-goal lead. Sorry for the yell. It's pretty early in the morning here. So this shot, like, I don't mind him not going for the bounce because he was kind of like, he drove up enough that, like, the bounce wouldn't have been effective, and he's trying to get this on net. The only thing I would have liked him to do at this point, like, so instead of fighting it off, jump up and boost this a little bit. Just boost behind the ball just enough to get a little bit more power on your hit, and this will probably turn into a goal. Instead, he goes for, like, the side flip, which is not going to give you a ton of power because he also wasn't going very fast forward. So instead, try and meet the ball. Like, try and boost to it and use that just a little bit of boost and maybe a flip there, too, to angle your car to get a little bit more power. Like I said, he kind of fought it off instead, but it's all right. They got a 2-goal lead, 5 seconds left. Looks like he's going to come out with the W. Going up for the aerial, trying to get that pass down to Smalls, but it doesn't work out. But that's all right. There we go. That's the game, and that is Spectre trying to make his way back to Diamond. Just, you know, a lot of times it's just that decision-making or the small plays. When you have time, use it effectively. And obviously, he missed a shot here or there. But overall, not the worst replay in the world from Spectre. And that'll do it for me, guys, on this episode of the replay analysis. It's been first one in a while. I apologize for that. It's been very busy with the RLCS, and then Gibbs been sick, and it's been a little hectic here. But we'll be getting back on pace here. We'll have a lot of replays coming up in the next couple weeks. But that'll do it for me on this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you, Spectre, for the Patreon support. We'll see you next time. Later.